of sun, of candlelight, the element of water, of ocean and waterfall and rain, the element of earth, crystals and trees and rock, invoking your natural connection to the wild elements of nature that are very cleansing, supportive. Feeling your connection there in nature. Just open and allow. And let's invoke your connection to your inner child. The inner child. The part of you that may feel wounded and abandoned. Sending your love to that part of you. Love to that part of you. Imagine embracing that part of you. And invoking a sanctuary of light somewhere in the inner planes, perhaps a temple of light. And any part of you, any childlike part of you that feels lost and abandoned, invite into that sanctuary. This sanctuary may be a temple of crystal, it may be any kind of structure, one that feels safe and supportive and loving and nurturing. Create now a sanctuary of light in the inner planes. Calling upon your guides and angels for help. And asking any part of you, any inner child part of you that feels lost and abandoned, to come there and connect with you there. Connect with you there. Breathe and open and send love to all parts of you that feel lost and abandoned. And also calling to your inner adolescent. The inner adolescent, any part of you that feels lost, alone, abandoned, confused in the inner planes. Invite them into the sanctuary of light. Sending them your love. And any part of you that's fragmented off, any soul loss that you've suffered in this lifetime, calling back and inviting back into the temple of light. Come be with you, any parts of your light that's fragmented because of any trauma or loss. perhaps light that didn't feel safe being with you in times of stress. Calling back your light, calling back any part of you that's been fragmented and lost. Any part of your disowned selves, your shadow selves, call them back into a temple of light. And inviting the angels of healing and love to hold the space for you, to hold the space. To hold the space. And let's also connect you to those lifetimes in golden Atlantis before the fall. Lifetimes where humanity vibrated high levels of 4D, connecting you to time in golden Atlantis before the fall, where you were vibrating at a higher frequency of light. Before the fall from grace, before we descended into this 3D reality, feel your connection in those lifetimes. Those energies still vibrate within the soul. Lifetimes where you had different powers, different abilities, different talents. Open now. Feeling your connection to golden Atlantis. Breathe and open. You may have had many lifetimes, for golden Atlantis endured for many thousands of years. extending beyond golden Atlantis to golden Lemuria. When humanity vibrated at a 5D frequency, where we were connected to God, Goddess, all that is. There was no abandonment. Feel your connection, divinity, the God and Goddess within all things, within you, within nature. As humanity vibrated at a high frequency of light, of magic, of potential, of joy. Before we left the garden, breathe and open. And now we are returning to the garden. In this time, we're returning to the garden. And breathing. And extending way back to the beginnings of golden Atlantis, to the beginnings of golden Lemuria, where we had connections to star races that helped birth humanity here. Many different races, predominantly Pleiadian and Syrian, that began to infuse the human race with high potential, this 5D potential of light before the fall from grace. Before the interference that began the descent into 3D. Feel your connection to those cosmic parents, those star races that gave birth to humanity here, that you have a connection with. Perhaps you have a stronger connection to Pleiadian or Syrian or some other race. Feel now, through time, that connection to that star race or those star races that birthed this human garden here. And breathe and open. remembering that you are a child of the universe no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt, the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, Goddess, whatever you conceive him or her to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Desiderata. And open your heart. And you belong to a tribe of starseeds on the planet. You belong to a tribe of starseeds on the planet. Open through the inner planes and feel that connection to a tribe of light now. You are not alone on the planet. Starseeds belong to the club of not belonging. You belong to a club of wanderer souls. You are here because you chose to be here. Even though you haven't felt always you belong here. And feeling all of these layers of connection and belonging. Authentic connection and belonging to your true self, your true nature. Let's call upon all guides, all angels, all beings of light, the grids, to help clearing, programming of abandonment, all layers, levels and dimensions. Releasing this old story of I am abandoned here. I'm here to suffer. Women in childbirth and men laboring the fields as the Bible foretold. It's time to return to Eden, time to return to a 5D level of light, a time to restore a sense of connection and belonging. A time to restore a sense of deep connection and belonging. A time to remember your true nature and why you are here. Feel your connection to a tribe of starseeds on the planet. Feel your connection to the star races that gave birth to the original human race here. Feel your connection to golden Lemuria, where humanity vibrated at 5D. Feel your connection to golden Atlantis before the fall. Call back all soul loss. Feel your connection with your inner adolescent, your inner child. Feel your connection to the wild elements of nature. Feel your connection to the higher elements of your motherline and fatherline that vibrate at the higher levels of 4D and 5D. Feel your connection to your team in spirit. Your connection to the great central sun and the crystalline grid of the earth that's now holding you in a 6D space. And there may be many things on the earth plane, places or beings that you do feel a sense of connection with. Just bring all those to mind now. Your natural state of being is one of deep connection, of oneness with the universe, of unity consciousness.